Yo guys, Codelife here. So in today's video guys, I'm going to be showing you all some new information that I've managed to get from Epic Games themselves regarding their thoughts on the whole Pickaxe Swinging situation, which answers the question of if they considered doing this a actual bannable offense or not. So to start the video off, I firstly want to recommend that you all check out my previous two videos on this situation before you do go ahead and watch this one. The reason for this is because those videos feature some pretty important stuff that this video does follow up on. For example, in the first video, I explained 3 key things. Number 1, what Pickaxe Swinging is. Number 2, why do pros like Mongrel and Benji Fishy do this in their games? And number 3, if you do it yourself, or if you know anyone else doing it, can doing this pickaxe swinging get yourself banned and those players banned according to the Fortnite rules? I answer all of those key questions in that video guys, so again, you definitely want to check it out if you haven't already. I'll leave a link to it below, as well as a link to the second video, which is also important. For the second video I did, in this one I covered a player ban, where Epic Games supposedly banned a OCE pro player for pickaxe swinging in his games, which they decided to ban him for a total of 2 weeks for this offense, with the ban reason being collusion/match fixing. After hearing about this ban guys for the first time, I myself was absolutely shocked and surprised, which I do explain why I felt that way in the video, so be sure to check that out guys, I'll leave a link to it below. But following up from that video guys, I do have some good news. That pro player, Swordsman, that did get banned by Epic Games, did in fact get unbanned. They completely revoked their decision of banning him originally. I think it was about 8 hours after the actual ban itself happened. I know this because Swordsman said this on Twitter: "The issue has been resolved. Please don't throw any negativity towards anyone affiliated with Epic," which this is awesome guys. I'm really happy to hear that he did in fact get unbanned. It definitely was an unfair ban. The tweet though that Swordsman made, I don't know, but I did find it quite strange at how it's been worded. The reason for why I find it quite strange is because Swordsman didn't tweet out specifically why they did unban him. I'm really curious to know this, even though I think I do already know why, because of the new information that I got from Epic Games, which we will be taking a look at soon. It does make me still think though, why didn't Swordsman originally put in his tweet the reason for the unban, as I'm sure there's loads of people out there that are wondering? Well, I actually think that this tweet was written like that on purpose, as what I think's happened here is Epic Games have gone ahead and made a completely unfair ban on one person out of the thousands of pro and non-pro players that were pickaxe swinging at each other. Because of this, Epic Games did then get called out on it for being unfair, which some of the callouts were quite positive. Most of them were just saying, "Hey Epic, I think you guys were kinda wrong on this ban, you should really revert it," which I myself find that is a completely fair comment, though some of the comments that I did see out there and the tweets were unfortunately quite hateful, which I won't be reading any of those out as they were quite nasty. Overall though, I think those messages in total did reach Epic Games and they did come to a realization of, yeah, that ban was unfair, and that's probably when they decided to unban him. After unbanning Swordsman, in my opinion, I think it would make sense of Epic Games to advise him not to talk about this situation anymore, as if he did make a tweet saying that he did get unbanned and it was Epic Games' mistake, the community might then take this as a green flag and think that pickaxe swinging is completely allowed. This could then possibly make it more popular, which would lead to more players doing it in games, and that's something I personally don't think Epic Games wants to happen. The reason why I think Epic Games doesn't want this to happen is because of the information that I've been given today from a subscriber of mine called Noises. Shout out to him as well guys, by the way, as without him I wouldn't have known this myself and be able to share it with you guys. I'll leave a link to his Instagram below. But for the information that he gave me, it was a return email from Epic Games. Noises asked Epic Games if he would get banned for pickaxe swinging, as that's something he's been doing in game and he was worried about getting banned, especially after seeing pros like Swordsman get banned. After a short wait, Epic Games responded to him with this: "As you may already be aware, if you make it to late game, people will pickaxe at you, sometimes while rotating. This means that they are willing to have a truce with you, so you or them do not shoot at each other for the time you guys are moving to the next zone. Just remember that you don't have to do this, and be aware that not everyone will do this. Use this to your advantage. As for your question, you won't get banned for doing this as it's not considered cheating." And there it is guys, that was the email response. Take that how you will. In my opinion, I thought it was perfectly written by Epic Games Games right there. It literally answers the question we've all been asking. Like, I've been advising you guys not to do this tactic in game, but after reading that, Epic Games don't seem to really have a problem with it. Like, that employee there was even encouraging it by saying use this to your advantage, which is pretty funny. Do remember though guys that this was a personal email response to someone that was worried about potentially getting banned. I wouldn't take this email as a complete 100% green flag by Epic Games yet guys. Right now I'd say this email response is like a 95% green flag, but if you do want to make that a 100% green flag, I recommend that you guys email them yourselves so you do have that proof. In my opinion, the situation is still a little bit iffy, but after seeing this, it does make the situation itself a little less iffy, if that does make sense. It's really up to you guys if you are going to continue or even start Pickaxe Swinging again after that previous ban scare. If it was me and I was in your guys' shoes that are competitive players and do make it to these end games where people are Pickaxe Swinging, I myself would say that this is enough proof for me to think that it is fine doing it and not be scared about being banned. Like as the support agent said there, it's your decision and your opponent's decision to temporarily truce. Both you and your opponent have the freedom to either shoot each other or truce if you want to. You can either truce or shoot. It's literally all up to you both at the end of the day. Even after seeing this email response though guys, it doesn't seem like Epic Games will be coming out anytime soon and updating those rules, specifically the collusion rule. From what we've seen today, like the unban for example, and that support email, it doesn't really seem like Epic Games do mind enough to start banning more people, as they did even end up unbanning Swordsman. But yeah guys, hopefully this video is the last one on this whole Pickaxe Swinging situation. I really doubt that we'll be seeing anything else happen going forward in terms of rule updates or even bans. Well, fingers crossed for the bans, there shouldn't be any more, but that really should be it for the Pickaxe Swinging situation. If you do it, you do it. I really don't think you will get banned for it. As again, what Epic Games did say in that response email, it is literally perfect, and that does sort of justify why it's not bannable. But yeah guys, that's all from me today. If you did enjoy this video, you guys know the drill. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and use Codelife in the Fortnite item shop when you do purchase any skins. When I talk about my creator code as well guys, I do need to say hashtag ad and hashtag epic partner apparently. Even though in my last video when I did talk about these, I explained the whole process of me getting paid like 5% for each purchase, and I assumed that that would be enough. Like I said in my last video that I do get paid every time you guys do purchase a skin. I thought that that was enough, but apparently it isn't. I do have to state that this is an ad and that I am an Epic Games partner. Seems a bit overboard, but it's all good guys, I don't mind. Hope you guys don't either. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all have a great day. Peace.